Alright, so I removed my vinyl I had on before. It was a matte black, but it was kind of getting some like stains, watermarks, stuff that I couldn't get out, so it's kind of getting ready to change it out anyways. But got the Lensun solar panel, so I'm going to install their vinyl first. So first thing, need to clean the hood. Obviously this is kind of already clean for the most part, but just gonna go ahead and give the whole hood a good clean down and make sure it's all ready to go so the new vinyl sticks no problem. I'm just using my rinseless wash, but soap, water, anything like that, just want to make sure you get it all nice and clean. Obviously, wherever the vinyl is going, that's where you want most clean. Mine's going to be right here on this hump since it's a non-scoop. Alright, so I got my vinyl. It came rolled up. What I did was actually I just laid it out on the floor for a couple days and just put the solar panel right on it to keep it flat so it can go on. The squeegee they give you with it says for wet installs, but when I talked to Lensun, they said dry install vinyl. So you can just stick it right on and you're just squeegeeing out the bubbles. And you just kind of go from there. So I'm going to start. It has a clear piece top that's going to come off, and then you have the bottom. So just take the clear piece off all the way, and then you're going to line up where you want it on your hood. Hopefully you can see the glare is not too bad, but I'll bring it around. But it's a matte black. You can get any vinyl that you want to use. I went with Lensun's because it fits, it's already pre-cut as you can see for the solar panel. It has, I don't know, 1/2 inch or so all around, but I'm gonna work on getting this centered exactly. The little hump or a little flat spot on your hood, I'm gonna just line it up on that, and then just make sure it's in between the two groove lines. And then best to do is start from that line, and you're gonna start there and just slowly work your way out. You could use another vinyl. I use knifeless tape to cut lines if you need to. That way you're not using a razor blade and possibly going into your paint. But for this one, just went with this. So there are other options, but overall it's pretty easy, especially on a flat surface like this on a hood. Definitely going to take some playing around to get it where you want it. Like I said, I'm just being extra picky on it. So your choice. So that's the only difficult thing about having the bigger solar panel compared to if you had the hood scoop. The little ones, much easier to work with the smaller area. And some guys aren't even using the vinyl. They're just going straight to their hood, but I just prefer to save my paint just in case I want to sell or anything like that. Actually, it's looking really good right there. I think that's where I'm gonna keep it. But before I do any more, so I've got some bubbles right there, I'm gonna roll it back and do it, but I'm actually gonna grab the solar panel to check it out, make sure it's good line up. Yeah, I think that's gonna work out really good right there. And the line looks really good from down here. So now just gonna work it and get it set. Okay, so they give you a squeegee with it too. So all I'm gonna start doing, you just kind of lift up and work your way. You can start with the squeegee. You're just trying to get all the air bubbles out. And then you can also use your hand on the bigger areas, but again, just work in it. If you get a little bubble, pull it back up, and you just keep working as much as you can, keep going down. So ideally it'll go fairly smooth because it's flat, a flatter surface, but yeah, keep working it. And then when it starts getting tough, you can add some heat, and that'll help in the process as well. Giving the vinyl a little bit of a stretch so you can get that nice and smooth, because realistically you should have almost no bubbles on this because it's such a flat surface. And then you can just work the bubbles back. So once I start getting a good layer in, I'm gonna back up and get those bubbles from the beginning. So again, like I said, I'm very particular on it, want it nice, but if you have any really big bubbles, you can take a little needle or vinyl popper and then just pop little holes in the bubbles and then use some heat and push it down. Now that I got my line set up, just slowly taking off a little bit from underneath, keep working it, keeping it tight to avoid any bubbles or wrinkles. Looks like a little one right here, actually. Yeah. But if you do, you can either go backwards on it or just add a little heat. So yeah, I'm overall really happy with how it turned out. A little bubble right there. But yeah, if you see anything, you just go over with the squeegee a little bit. You can knock it with some heat. It has a couple little bubbles in here you can kind of see, but nothing major, especially since, like I said, the solar panel is gonna go over it. But any big ones, like if you have a really big bubble, I don't have any that are major, but take a needle, or they make vinyl tools for it, but just a little sewing needle works just fine. You just pop a hole in it, heat it up, and just squeegee it down, and it'll just work just fine. So yeah, I'm gonna some of these, I got a few little ones in there. Just looks like little pimples basically. But yeah, overall, pretty happy with it. So should be good. And yeah, next up I'll be installing the solar panel on it. I'd say that one's about 1/8 from the line, the hood edge. That one's maybe 1/4, so I'm maybe 1/8 inch off, but I mean, like I said, no one's gonna pay that much attention to it, and the solar panel's gonna go on top of it. So that's what you'll see in the next video.